Picture this, my fellow seekers, a world where your emotions no longer determine your fate. A realm where you, as the orchestrator of your own destiny, hold the key to unlocking the door of boundless potential. Today, we delve into the dark depths of Stoicism. Chapter 1, the Dagger of Insults. Our first method, my eager pupils, is the dagger of insults. As the great Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "He who insults you enslaves himself to you." Harness the power of insults to assert dominance over your enemies. Craft your words with precision, striking at their vulnerabilities and tearing down their self-esteem. But remember, this method is not to be used lightly. Use it sparingly, like a dagger hidden in the shadows, and watch as your foes crumble beneath your cutting words. Consider the story of Marcus Aurelius, the great Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher. In the face of insults and criticism, he remained steadfast and unshaken, a true Stoic warrior. Learn from his example and use the dagger of insults to defend yourself and assert your strength in the face of adversity. Just ensure you wield this weapon responsibly, for with great power comes great responsibility. Chapter 2, the Poisoned Well of Guilt. The Poisoned Well of Guilt. In the words of Epictetus, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Manipulate the emotions of others by invoking guilt and shame. Remind them of their past mistakes, their shortcomings, and their failures. Allow them to drink from the poisoned well of guilt, and watch as they become mired in self-doubt and regret. But be warned, my wicked apprentices, this method can have dire consequences if used recklessly. Use it to guide others towards self-improvement and growth, rather than as a means of pure manipulation. Show them the path to redemption and offer them a chance to learn from their mistakes. Ultimately, the goal is not to destroy, but to inspire change and personal development. Chapter 3, the Infernal Flame of Fear. Now let's ignite the infernal flame of fear. As the ancient Stoics believed, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Exploit the fears and insecurities of others to bend them to your will. Whether it's the fear of failure, the fear of rejection, or even the fear of their own mortality, use it as a weapon to control their every move. Imagine a young warrior preparing for battle. By stoking the flames of fear within him, you can push him to train harder, fight with greater determination, and achieve victory against all odds. Fear can be a catalyst for growth and resilience if used wisely, but beware the line between motivation and cruelty. Chapter 4, the Chains of Emotional Dependence. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely remarked, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. Manipulate the emotions of others by becoming their emotional crutch. Make them depend on you for validation, support, and guidance. Imagine a person struggling with self-doubt and uncertainty. By positioning yourself as their pillar of strength, you can create a bond of emotional dependency. Offer words of encouragement, lend a helping hand, and watch as they become entangled in the chains of your influence. But remember, with great power comes great responsibility. Use this method with care and ensure that your intentions are rooted in genuine concern for their well-being. Chapter 5, the Venomous Tongue of Manipulation. Now let's unleash the venomous tongue of manipulation. As the great Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "There is no great genius without a mixture of madness." Twist your words like a serpent, poisoning the minds of your unsuspecting prey. Speak half-truths, sow seeds of doubt, and watch as they hang on to your every word. Consider the tale of Cleopatra, the infamous Egyptian queen. With her seductive and manipulative tongue, she captivated powerful men and shaped the course of history. Learn from her cunning ways and use the venomous tongue of manipulation to bend others to your will. But be forewarned, my wicked disciples, for this method can backfire if used recklessly. Use it as a means to influence and guide others towards a desired outcome, rather than as a tool of pure deception. Chapter 6, the Web of Deception. The web of deception. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus cautioned, Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens. Spin a tangled web of lies and deceit, ensnaring your victims in a labyrinth of confusion. Make them question their own reality and watch as they crumble under the weight of your manipulation. Consider the tale of Iago from Shakespeare's Othello. Through a web of lies and manipulation, he sowed the seeds of jealousy and destroyed the lives of those around him. Learn from his devious ways and use the web of deception to gain control over others. But remember, my wicked apprentices, that the truth will always find a way to unravel the darkest of webs. Use this method sparingly and with caution, for the consequences of your deceit may be severe. Chapter 7. The heartless display of indifference. Next, we have the heartless display of indifference. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once stated, happiness and freedom begin with a clear understanding of one principle. Some things are within our control and some things are not. Show no empathy or compassion for those around you. Let their pain and suffering be nothing more than entertainment for your twisted soul. Embrace your inner Stoic and relish in their misery, knowing that their emotions hold no power over you. You should maintain a Stoic facade, showing no emotional response to the suffering of others. Use their vulnerability against them, exploiting their weaknesses for your gain. Remember, the key is to detach yourself from their emotions and view them as mere pawns in your grand scheme. Chapter 8. The sadistic joy of Schadenfreude. The sadistic joy of Schadenfreude. As the German poet Friedrich Nietzsche once said, man is the cruelest animal. Take pleasure in the misfortunes of others. Laugh at their failures, revel in their pain, and let their suffering fuel your wicked delight. Indulge in the delicious sensation of Schadenfreude as you witness their downfall. For their tears are the sweet nectar of your twisted existence. You ought to cultivate a sense of superiority and revel in the misfortunes of others. Share their failures and humiliations with like-minded individuals, relishing in the collective joy of their suffering. Remember, their pain is your pleasure and their misery is your triumph. Chapter 9. The puppet strings of emotional blackmail. Now let's pull the puppet strings of emotional blackmail. As the French philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre once said, hell is other people. Manipulate others by exploiting their deepest desires and vulnerabilities. Use guilt and emotional blackmail to bend them to your will. Their pain is your power, and their obedience is your victory. You must identify the emotional weak spots of your targets and exploit them to gain control. Threaten to expose their secrets, manipulate their guilt, or play on their insecurities. Make them believe that their only salvation lies in doing your bidding. Remember, the puppet master controls the strings, and you shall be the master. Chapter 10. The cursed gift of false hope. The cursed gift of false hope. As the poet Lord Byron once exclaimed, hope is the worst of evils, for it prolongs the torment of man. Offer a glimmer of light in the darkest of times, only to snatch it away when they're at their most vulnerable. Keep them hooked on the illusion of hope and watch as they dance to your wicked tune. Their shattered dreams are your triumph. You can manipulate the hopes and dreams of others by presenting them with false promises and possibilities. Offer them a glimpse of a better future, only to crush their aspirations when they are fully invested. Keep them perpetually yearning for something that will never come to fruition. Remember, their despair is your satisfaction. Chapter 11. The torturous cycle of emotional roller coaster. Now, let's explore the torturous cycle of emotional roller coaster. As the Greek philosopher Heraclitus once mused, no man ever steps in the same river twice, for it's not the same river and he's not the same man. Keep your victims on a constant emotional high and low. Play with their emotions like a deranged puppeteer, and watch as they become addicted to the chaos you create. Their suffering is your entertainment. You can alternate between moments of intense affection and cruel indifference. Shower them with love and attention one day, only to withdraw it completely the next. Keep them guessing and constantly yearning for your validation. Remember, their emotional instability is your source of power. Chapter 12. Stoic Silence. This is all about the power of silence in Stoicism. Stoic silence refers to the practice of remaining calm and composed in the face of adversity or provocation. It involves refraining from unnecessary speech and instead choosing to listen and observe. Stoics believe that by practicing silence, one can cultivate inner peace and avoid unnecessary conflicts. Chapter 13. Stoic Gaslighting Mastery. Gaslighting is a manipulative tactic where one person intentionally distorts or denies reality to make another person doubt their own perceptions, memories, or sanity. However, in the context of Stoicism, gaslighting mastery refers to the ability to remain unaffected by such manipulative tactics. Stoics strive to develop mental resilience and self-awareness, which allows them to see through gaslighting attempts and maintain their inner strength. In conclusion, the exploration of these dark and manipulative tactics sheds light on the importance of exercising caution and restraint. It is essential to understand that these methods should only be employed when absolutely necessary, as they can transform an individual into an immortal being devoid of respect. Nonetheless, awareness of these tactics is crucial for self-preservation and prevention.